The show features adults using adult language and discussing mature topics. You have been warned.
In D&D, but yeah, Pokemon,
yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Pokemon is the one that needs the cooldown. Oh.
I thought I would open up talking about Pokemon. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Mrs. Kren's Valley. When we last left off, the group did the impossible and leveled up past level 10. The group had another tussle at Argynvostholt. This time it was not with the Revenants, but instead with the Vistani. And it was less of a tussle and more of a misunderstood situation. And after that encounter ended, the group was able to convince Esmeralda, the vampire hunter, to join them on their quest to get the skull back from the witch in the swamp, Baba Lysaga. So the group got their long rests. Nothing disturbs you while you're in Argynvostholt. You might hear some like ghosts woo every once in a while, but none of them really bother you guys. And you start heading south down the river. With Nyhm as the guide, since Nyhm has the having time, especially since you've been here before. And as you head south, with the river to your left side, you eventually start getting to where the water, or not the water, the ground itself starts to get softer and softer. And then it would normally be difficult terrain, but because Nyhm is in the front, Nym's finding the most firm spots to go to, and everyone's just following her lead. And the rough terrain doesn't have your traveling time at all. This won't help in combat, but it's still nice for travel. So after about an hour, you start to see what appears to be what was a road at one point following the river. And you can just start to see ruins of much smaller buildings. As you've never actually came to Brez from the northern part. You came from below before.
All right. So what are we looking for? Other than a giant skull.
Well, the last time we got our attention, we had to piss off the goats.
Technically, we pissed off the skulls. The goats just happen to be there.
What?
Do we see any skulls anywhere?
Give me perception checks at disadvantage because it is always a bit of a fog in here.
$26.
You see the silhouette.
No, 16.
Oh wow, that's a big difference.
Sorry, I thought I said 19. It was 6.
Okay.
I only have a +7.
Down south, you can just barely see what appears to be a humanoid-like shape, but it is not moving. It's standing upright and it's perfectly still. And you can just barely make out that much. It's a few
scarecrows again.
It's a few hundred feet away from the road. I'm just gonna assume that you all are staying on the road because that's not difficult terrain, and it's just easier to walk in general. Also, the road, when you spotted this, forked 2 directions. You could go left or you could go right.
Silent Hill or Raccoon City?
To the left, you see a bunch of these, what appear to be building ruins. Just barely, maybe some foundations of those. And then a few more on the path to the right, but they're a lot further away. For those at home, to give you an idea how big this map is, each of those tiles is 100 square feet. So they're pretty far away from those buildings. You guys are about a few hundred feet away from the closest ones.
I'm sorry, Lluis, you were going to say something.
I'm just gonna cast Flame Arrows. Just gonna say it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you hear like
Um,
a as you just like light them.
Yeah.
Just imagine him sitting there with a rock and flint. Just.
I like to think it's
How
almost
are
like
the
you
tree-
snap your fingers, but you're like the arrowhead's between your two fingers, and they just.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Bioshock.
for the full quiver. It will have like a white flamey thing, moon flames.
Ooh, nice.
Someone that doesn't have that spell just pours grease down their quiver, lights it when they need it, and then realize their mistake.
They pull out a burnt feather.
Roll spell.
Oh,
Well, this isn't good. What's the tree situation look like?
the tree situation? None.
Yes. Ooh, I don't like that.
Not a single tree in sight.
All right.
The river gently flows north, back the direction you guys were coming from. And that's pretty much the only noise you can really hear. That and the insects and some croaking of frogs.
Is it loud? I mean, is it fast, the river, or it's...
It's loud enough that you can hear it over all the swamp creatures, so it's moving at a decent pace. Not like white water rafting levels, but definitely moving.
What's the terrain? Is it like sunken over by the swamp area and any hills or mountains nearby?
You've been gradually going downhill this whole time, which is why, with that perception check, you're actually able to see the buildings. And why it's actually getting more and more misty the further you come into the town. On the other side of the town, you know, are the mountain ranges, which rise well above what would be visibly obscured by the mist. The road itself is a very old, worn down road, but it's still got the foundation of the gravel and such that it had before, so it's been able to keep the ground together pretty well where you guys are walking. But everywhere else is like a marshy swamp, muddy clay kind of ground.
How far is it to where the house was that we first met?
Nyhm would know that it's on the other side of the town, because it was on the southern part of the town, next to the river. You've never been on this part, so you don't know how far away that is.
I want to stealth and scout. I want to check out both roads.
Okay.
Or both sections, left and right.
Stealth check, and which way are you going first?
Left first, since those were closer, then bounding right to check out the others.
Okay.
Whew. 19 and 12 is 32.
Okay.
31.
You tread very carefully through the terrain. Everybody else is just hanging tight at the fork of the road, right?
I would have told them I was going to scout it real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure. And after 1, 2, 3, literally 1,000 feet, you reach the first building following this path.
Oof.
Some of the road here actually gave way completely, and you can see that it seems to have been fully deteriorated, and it was back to like marshiness, and that was difficult terrain for you to go through. You can roll a nature check if you want.
Not too worried about the nature, more the buildings. I'm not the druid.
Cries and Druid. You're very ranger-like, though, even though you're not a ranger.
Yeah.
Is the river still flooding this area? Is that why it's still boggy?
This ground is very close to water level, which is why you think it's very boggy.
Oh, wasn't it like the city flooded a long time ago?
You can give me a nature check if you want from your spot.
Not good at that. 12.
It had flooded at one point. Yeah, I remember. I did say that at some point. I forget who told you that.
The ghost, wasn't it?
Was it the ghost? And it seems like that this land where this town was at never fully recovered from it.
I didn't know if there was like a break in a levee or something that was still flooded, keeping the area flooded or not.
No, there's no sitting water in the town. It's definitely just the river nearby.
Okay.
Meanwhile, with Nyhm, you encounter those buildings. And say their buildings is definitely overstating things. They look like maybe at one point they were cottages. And all that's left of them are low stone walls. And at the height of these walls, like the tallest one is maybe 3 feet tall. But the dirt road does continue through the middle of these cottages.
Anything look like it's been recently used?
Give me an investigation check. I'll just say you explore the first 4 cottages, like the 2 to your left and 2 to your right.
All right.
Since you're just scouting.
13.
13. It looks like nothing has really been messed with in a very long time. And you can see where the fireplaces used to be because they also have a stone foundation, but they are also slowly sinking into the mud.
I'd like to turn into a hawk
Okay.
and then circle around where Nyhm is exploring, then just checking the surroundings.
All right.
Nothing comes surprising us.
All right. Give me a perception check as a hawk. Normally you would have advantage, but the mist gives disadvantage, so it evens out.
Yeah, right. Perception, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 24.
Wow. Okay, you actually see something very big. First off, you see this mansion they were talking about. Well, of course you don't see Nyhm, because Nym's stealthing.
Oh yeah, right.
But you do see the cottages. Hey, there's a building named after me. Cottages that I'm never gonna live that
Scottish
down.
cottages.
I hate it. You see those buildings that Nyhm went towards.
Yeah.
You see what seems to be the ruins of a much bigger building, but not as big as Argynvost further south by about 500 feet from these buildings. You can see north of that, a few hundred feet, it seems to be some kind of cemetery. And next to this mansion's ruins, you see a goat pen, a very big goat pen that is a little over 150 foot radius circle. And it seems to have skulls on the top of it.
Oh, that's what Saxton said. I will circle that and make like a.
But before you do that,
Oh, okay.
You see in the very middle of the place, between this cluster of cottages and the more northern cluster of cottages that haven't been explored yet, seems to be a gigantic tree stump. And there is smoke coming out of a chimney coming out of it. And right outside it,
has a chimney.
And right outside it appears to be a giant boulder. But since you got 24 on it, you're pretty sure that's an upside down skull of some very, very large creature.
I thought you were going to say it's not a boulder at all. It's a rock.
Oh, then.
Nah, he's not a pilgrim.
Okay, then I will go back where. So how is everyone? Because I know Nyhm is like exploring, and the other Saxton and Willow.
I'd be waiting where the fork was, just on guard.
It's very still. Oh, Cazador. You notice a bunch of scarecrows that are on posts around the place too.
Everywhere? or in the stump?
There are 3 in the big open area between these southern cottages that Nyhm went to explore and the northern cottages. And there's 4 more on the other side of the tree stump thing. But before you get to the mansion and the goat pen. They seem to be almost like they're surrounding the tree stump building.
Hmm. Okay, so I will fly back to my team. I will try to do like a low fly around the houses and do a little squeak. So Nyhm like hopefully understands that I want to say something.
Nyhm, while you're exploring those cottages, flying fairly low to the ground is a hawk. And it goes, caw, caw, as it goes by. You have never seen a hawk here, ever. So you're pretty sure that has to be Cazador.
Oh, you're giving me that? I was about to say I cast Catapult. Okay.
It's okay.
It's okay, I'm fine. Just falls to the ground.
Rude.
I mean, it's unlikely it will kill the hawk and me in one hit.
Okay, hang on 1 second. To respond to Mav, it's not rude, it's self-preservation. A fucking hawk comes out and I'm a mouse.
Oh yeah, because you're small, right?
Uh-huh.
So we're
No,
probably the same size.
no, you're not. You're tiny size. You're a hawk.
Oh,
I'm
tiny. That's
tiny.
right.
You're not an eagle, you're a hawk.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, that's self-preservation.
No, I'm smaller than you.
You hang around a giant mounding bird of prey all the time.
I was about to say, Saxton's much more intimidating.
I can turn into a giant eagle, but I thought that was extra for the scouting.
Good
Can
call.
you wait? Can you turn into a rock?
No.
Damn.
Probably meld with it though.
Many druids have wished they could.
There's one druid I know of that uses it as a bed.
And then I will,
House.
then I will go back to the rest and tell them the situation. So
So you
basically
turn,
at
you turn
Saxton,
back?
yeah, I turn back.
Okay.
And I basically will say, I found like what the goats the thing about the goats, I found like the pen and the skulls you were saying. But also there's like this really interesting tree stump surrounded by scarecrows. And it's smoking, so
Yeah.
oh, and I saw the skull there, by the way.
That's our target, all right. She uses those scarecrows as sentries and her little crafting minions to fight for her.
I had a feeling they would be bad.
But how far out are they?
Oh, yeah, more or less signal everything.
Yeah, this would be coming out of Cazador's mouth, but what specifically are you asking, where or what?
How far away from us they are? Like how many scarecrows there were, and like how far away from the tree stump they are.
There are 7 scarecrows that Cazador saw. And they are very far apart from each other. They seem to be just within visibility of each other. You could assume the closest one is 500 feet away from you guys, which is the one that Nyhm could just barely see in the mist. And they are roughly between 400 to 500 feet away from each other, in kind of like a mesh netting. Not exactly like perfect grid, but they seem to be all, keeping within a specific range away from each other.
You said how far apart they are from each other?
400 to 500 feet away from each other. Like I said, this area is big. Cazador covered a lot of ground.
So what I'm getting at, like, if we were able to approach and sneak them, we could do silent takedowns with the mist obscuring the vision from the other scarecrows.
Yes.
That sounds like a good plan. We'll lower the numbers before we take the fight to her.
Meanwhile, back at Nyhm, you've definitely gotten done searching these cottages. And as you get to the end of the road and you're finishing the last 3 cottages, looking around with the same result, you don't need to do a check. You can just barely make out the mansion down below, and you can hear the goats. And can see the glowing ringed fence that you remember from before. And that fence line is about 300 to 400 feet away.
Okay. If I see that, then I'd head back towards the group then.
Okay, so no joke in your Zoom comment there. Side tangent, in Ghost of Saltmarsh, we're playing, it's the Greyhawk setting, and they're in the kingdom of Borland, and the king there is literally named King Scotty, but it's Skotti.
Huh.
And no joke, I could totally see him purposely having like their local cheese being called Scottish cheese.
For Brie.
But anyway, okay, back on subject. Nyhm, what were you gonna do when you saw that?
Heading back to the group.
Okay. About a half hour later, since you're being very careful, after Cazador gets back and Nyhm gets back. And no one knows Nym's there until Nym's like lets themselves be known, I guess.
We'll definitely be filling her in on the recon and plan.
And certainly give that a try.
Cazador, you think you can lead us to the closest one?
Absolutely, yeah.
So Esmeralda is following us and everything as well.
Yep. Group stealth check. Attempt to sneak up on the scarecrow.
You always forget to take path without the trace.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
I rolled low. 24.
Ooh. 19.
I have disadvantage on stealth checks.
Oh boy.
I rolled a 1.
Okay. And then
Clanking heavy armor.
Sir Godfrey rolls a nat 20 because of course he does. He would have disadvantage if it wasn't for his armor actually being so deteriorated he doesn't have the disadvantage anymore. And Esmeralda gets 16. So all of you follow Cazador. And you try to be as quiet as possible while going through all this muck. And the first scarecrow is right behind the very first cottage, Nyhm, that you encountered. It was like in the back area. You saw it before when you were searching, but it was not moving or even facing your direction, so it was fine. And it's up on a pole, and it's got its arms through its sleeves through the T section on it. What do you all do?
So who's going first? And what's on
Right.
second?
Yeah, last time we fought these things, it seemed that fire was very effective against them.
Perfect.
Willow sinks into the muck a little bit more than normal, and a bit of the gas underneath escapes a little bit, and you're like a blow, blow, blow. It was really loud.
It's
we
dangerously stinking or like annoyingly just?
Like loud enough that you are close enough to the scarecrow that if it can hear it, heard it, but it does not
But
seem
it's
to
not like
respond.
quicksand or anything, right?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to respond at all. It doesn't even look back towards you guys.
So wait, are we still in the mists, or did we make our way to the labyrinth?
You are in the mists.
Okay.
So everything's lightly obscured here. Now I gotta look up the rules for lightly obscured. I know it gives armor class bonuses to everybody.
Should have stayed back.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of cover. Sorry. Lightly obscured does is give disadvantage on perception checks that rely on sight. That's it. So you guys are fine.
How close can we sneak up on this thing and still stay undetected?
How close do you get up?
Is there any kind of light cover between us and it?
The closest cover would be the nearby building, and that's about 100 feet away.
From it?
And even then, that's only a 3-foot high wall.
So we're every modern day shooter.
Yeah.
How far from it are we right now?
I'd say currently you're about 200 feet away.
How thick is the foliage?
Little to none. It's a swamp. Well, it's not a swamp, it's a marsh. So it's like grass that's like kind of just very wet and low to the ground. Crabgrass kind of stuff.
How far can Cazador engage with arrows?
So let me check. Longbow. Oh, I can. Well, let me check sharpshooter because I don't know if it was sharpshooter or crossbow expert. The thing that allowed me to shoot long ranged. Okay, yeah, I can shoot up to 600 feet.
Okay.
And all my damage is fire, by the way.
Okay. Do you get close enough that you're not at disadvantage at all? Or no, you got sniper thing, right? So you don't need.
Yeah, no. Up to 600, I don't have disadvantage or anything.
Okay, fire away.
And more than that, I can even shoot. So, but do you want me to shoot, Saxton? Is that what you're?
I'd say we spread out, to take what cover we can, and try to pick it off. If
Yeah,
everyone's all right with that.
How many are there in range of 600 feet?
Visibly, you can only see one.
One, okay.
From up above, you could see them all, but from down on the ground, it's near impossible to see more than just that one. Especially since they're
If we can take that one
400
out,
feet away.
that puts a gap in their picket surveillance, and we can move up to where it is, and then you can get eyes on the other ones.
Do you know if putting one down will alert or activate the others?
No clue, but they're far enough apart that I'm hoping they won't be able to detect when the other one's being engaged, especially through this mist.
Hopefully, if we don't piss off the skulls, then we should be okay.
Yeah, the skulls are kind of her alarm system.
Okay. Then I will use my attack action on the scarecrow.
Okay. For this first bit, I'll say the scarecrow is surprised. So you can just roll to hit, and then we'll roll initiative after that.
So it's not like a multi-attack thing, it's just like one attack for the surprise thing, right?
Oh wait, you do have 2 attacks. You can shoot both times. You
Okay.
get a full turn in before I'll roll initiative.
All right. I'll roll my die. Oh. Wait, I cannot see the numbers. Okay. So it's a 15
Okay.
and a 17.
Both hit.
Okay. Then I'll roll both damage. Yes.
Mm-hmm. You said it's all fire damage, right?
It does fire damage. And wait, so it's 13, 11. $22 total.
Okay. The scarecrow gets engulfed in flames. You see it wreathe around, and it eventually the cloth that's holding it up onto the post it's on burns away, and it falls to the ground, and it's not moving. We don't even need to roll initiative. That's why. No, I just had to be sure.
I think it's it.
Alright, carefully move up to where it was and see if we can get eyes on the two to its either side.
Okay, so you move up to where it's at, and you can roll perception checks at disadvantage.
All of us.
Anyone who's looking for the other ones.
18.
9.
$15.
11.
Nyhm just barely spots one about about 425-ish feet southwest at the other end of this cluster of cottages.
Okay. I tap Saxton and just point that direction.
And if you point it out to Cazador, you can just barely see that spot.
Basically pointing it out for everybody.
Mm-hmm. I was just saying because Cazador's range is 600. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not moving, right? I mean, once Nyhm points it out, we can all kind of see it, right?
Yeah.
It's not moving.
Not that you can see. No.
Want to recover your arrows?
Oh, yeah, I will. Absolutely, yeah.
Does Flame Arrow burn up the arrows?
Yes, I think they get destroyed after the attack.
Okay. You do notice that the scarecrow that you destroyed appeared to be stuffed with raven feathers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so one first attack it's like 29,
Okay.
and the second it's an at 1.
And that one.
Yeah.
All right, roll me D100. As we pull out
You somehow
Xanathar's
light us on fire.
35.
35. Xanathar's lost notes and everything else. Available in the DM's Guild. You go to shoot it and you slip on the mud and you shoot the arrow straight up. And it comes back down and it hits you. So roll the damage for the first one on the scarecrow and then roll damage for the second one on you.
If I'm right beside him, would I be able to try to catch the arrow?
Yeah, actually. But it depends on how much damage he does if you can fully negate it.
Okay.
The one against the scarecrow it's 19. No. 15, sorry.
15?
Yeah.
Okay, and then the one on you?
13 for the one on me.
Okay. Saxton, do you want to roll your deflect missiles thing?
Yes. Let's see what I need to roll. 1d8 plus 4. So that blocks 13.
It was 13, wasn't it?
Yep.
You catch the arrow just in time for it to just disintegrate in your hand. You barely feel the warmth of the flame from it.
Whoa. Thank you.
Careful with that friendly fire.
And that scarecrow you see come off of the building it was on, and is it or the pole it was on, and do the flamer is just immediate fire damage. It's not like a continuous thing, right?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
I mean, it's just because of my elemental aura or elemental affinity. I can choose an element for all my damage, and then the flame arrows also adds fire damage. So it's like it's just like bland fire damage.
Okay. That scarecrow gets off of it, and it's still moving, and you see it move in the direction you remember that tree stump being.
Oh, I'll keep shooting.
Okay. It's not out of range of you yet.
Okay, so one is a 19, the other one is a 12.
Both hit. Do not worry about it. If you do 3 fire damage, it's down. So.
Yeah, it's like a 23 without the extra from the flame arrow. So
Okay. And now that one's down. And you know for sure that the closest scarecrow, you would have to pass by the area where that tree stump is. And it's about 400 feet to the north.
it's moving.
Hmm?
What did you say about the scarecrow?
Oh no, this scarecrow right here, you downed it with those shots. But you know
Okay.
the third one, if you guys were going to go out and try to get them, you would have to move past visibility
Oh,
of that tree stump with the big skull out front.
All right. We got that one in that direction from where we're standing, where we engaged the first one. What about if we went the opposite direction of the circle? We're not able to see it, but if we can move along that way and try to get eyes on it, we can take out that one.
What do y'all think?
do you think they will all activate once we get closer, Saxton?
Last time we came across her, she was willing to throw everything at us.
Was the scarecrow like fast, like 30 feet fast, or
It was as fast as a normal folk would be, so like a 30-foot movement speed.
okay? Yeah, so okay. It can be dangerous. Okay, yeah, it may be worth
But-
taking them one by one.
You know, it would have had to have done a 200-foot dash in order to get to that tree stump. That's how close it was to it. So, do you head to the second scarecrow that you just downed, or because that'd be
Opposite
following the
direction.
building line? Okay, so you go up and around, and as you do, Nyhm, you can, and everybody else that wants to, can give me perception checks at disadvantage as you're looking for the next one. And Cazador knows the general area where it's at.
Oh, that's a 9.
I got a
11.
17.
14.
Willow spots it about 250 feet south of the cluster of buildings that's about 300 feet away from you guys, as you're now like in the middle of the marsh of the village.
There. It's over there.
Pew, pew.
And it is there we will roll initiative.
Dirty 20.
Okay, Cazador's.
I got half that.
21.
Oof. 21 for Saxton. And Willow?
14.
Okay, and then this thing. Of course. So, this all starts on Cazador's turn. Since Saxton wouldn't really be doing anything, because nothing's happened yet, even though you're first in initiative. Unless you wanted to do something. That was like a 6-second, one turn thing. Otherwise, Cazador, you can get your 2 shots off on the scarecrow.
I would just do a stay on guard, so a dodge
Okay.
stance.
Okay.
Okay, so first is 19, and the second one is a 29.
Okay, both hit. as your 2 arrows shoot off, coming up out of the dead, rotting vegetation and stuff are just a bunch of swarms of flies.
Whoops.
And how much
So
fire?
first shot, it's a 12. 12 fire for the first one.
Okay.
Let me check. Can I look at the previous rolls? Because it deleted my first one.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, 11 fire damage for the second one.
All right. That is definitely enough to down the scarecrow. And then that's when you all are fully aware that a bunch of flies seem to have been disturbed by you all moving through the swamp, and they seem to all be moving your direction, and they're all within movement range. They're about 30 feet away. As it is Willow's turn.
Okay. I mean, do the flies look dangerous to Willow?
Give me a nature check.
Okay. 16.
Yeah, these are like sweat flies, but like really big sweat flies. If you know what those are. They like to bite a lot.
Okay. Like horse flies?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're like horse flies, I guess.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Well, I guess I don't really have. I'll just swing my sword at the flies.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay, roll to hit.
Eh. 13 to hit the flies.
Yep.
And 18 to hit the flies.
Both hit.
Okay. Uh, 20 damage.
All right, you swat away a good section of those flies that you're at with those 2 swings. 20 damage total, right?
Yep.
Okay. But there are still a lot more. And by a lot more, I mean like you think you got about 20% of them all with that.
Okay. I'm trying to see if like I have any auras or anything that like it's like you get in here, you're like, phew, but no, that doesn't happen. Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. I would say what's left of the group around you start biting at you. Does the 19 hit?
It just hits, yeah.
All right, you take a total of 5 piercing damage because there's not much left
Okay.
for those ones. To make this nice and easy,
Ow.
there's 4 swarms, and you almost destroyed one of them.
Okay.
And the other 3 swarms go after different people, and I would say 2 of them actually go after the Revenant because dead meat. And one of them will go after Saxton because, ooh, big meat. So, roll to hit on Saxton. Does 17 hit?
Did you roll at disadvantage?
Oh, yeah, you're dodging. Yes, the scent rolls a nat 20.
Okay, I need a DC save for the flies.
What kind of save?
Wisdom.
0.
They do not attack me.
What'd you do?
I have Sanctuary.
You cast Sanctuary on yourself?
No, I have Tranquility after a long rest.
Oh, sweet. Okay, they go to bite you, and you're like, you smell like wet dog, and they just decide not to. But unfortunately for poor Sir Godfrey, he has 2 swarms on him, and 13 to hit and a nat 1. So I think both miss. Wait, let me check. Oh no, 13 just hits, so he does take some damage. But let's see what the nat 1 on a swarm of flies will do.
Should be interesting.
It trips and falls prone. No, I'm joking. I don't know yet. Let's see.
I was gonna say.
I hope it's not one of those because they're immune to prone. 65. 65 means... I'll say they overshoot their flying, and they overfly, and they keep moving 15 feet. Because it says they trip, move 15 feet, and fall prone. So they do everything but the fall prone part. After them, it is Esmeralda and Sir Godfrey's turn. And I think Esmeralda will... keep her distance, and you see her pull out a little book, and she does a few heinous sigils, which Nyhm recognizes as wizard spells, and she shoots a little firebolt at one. Does that hit? Wow, it does not. So she misses, and that's her turn? Really? Oh well, she's keeping her distance. And since Sir Godfrey's in the middle of it all, he's just going to swing his sword around. Dirty 20. And higher than that. Excuse me. I'll say he one-hands the sword. He doesn't even two-hand it for flies. And he's not going to use any of his smites on flies. So he gets rid of the swarm that's on him. Then we are finally to Nyhm.
Alrighty. I will go to whichever one of them is closest.
Mm-hmm.
Within 15 feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna bug zap them with lightning lure. I need a strength saving throw.
Sorry, I'm looking at passive perceptions of allies. Strength save, you said? Oh, they're flies. You know flies are really strong.
Mm-hmm.
11.
Ha! No. So that is 3D. Wait, no.
You pull that entire cluster of flies right into you, and they'll... And a lot of them, they just like go off like it's a light trap.
Okay, we are... Wow. This is 6d8 lightning damage.
Roll away. Wait, that doesn't seem right. 68 lightning damage?
Lightning lure
it's a cantrip.
Lightning lure cantrip. I'm showing 3d8.
3d8.
Oh, no. 3d8. It auto-calculated. I'm sorry. 3d8 lightning damage.
Yeah. I was about to say 68. That's a fireball.
It reads weird on D&D Beyond. It automatically gave that to me on the spell effects without going into the details for it. So I thought because we were doing this at a higher level, it would be more. But no, it's literally 3d8 lightning.
We're about to Ender's Game that bug planet.
Yeah.
Oof.
If any of you haven't read the book, read the book Ender's Game. Trust me. It's worth reading. Anyway, what all lightning damage did you do?
21 lightning damage.
Oh, that's all. Like 95% of that cluster that you pulled towards you got turned into ash from the lightning. And there's just like a handful of them left.
Nice. So then for my bonus movement,
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. How much was it again? You literally just told me. I'm sorry.
21.
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
You're fine.
Then what do you do for your movement?
Actually, not my movement. I wanted to. They're close enough that if I move anywhere, it's going to be attack of opportunity. Yeah. Or are they just outside of that?
Yeah, because you had to move. You move them 15 feet to you, and if they're within 5 feet of you, that's when they take the damage.
But that's the one that I attacked.
Mm-hmm.
With my feet, anything that I attack, hit or miss, does not take an attack of opportunity against me.
Perfect.
So then,
is Nyhm right beside me?
I would say so. Yeah.
If they attack you, I could sentinel them.
They won't be able to anyway, so it's fine.
I'm moving out of range anyways, so it's irrelevant. They move towards you, you can use Sentinel. If they attack, you can use Sentinel. So
this is a very, very huge open area that you guys are in. So I'm just going to say you just move some direction away. It's
okay.
Not too big of a deal.
Yeah, that works. And then I shall stealth.
Okay, roll stealthy.
Because I don't like bug bites. 29.
Okay. You're pretty sure the mud you're hiding in doesn't know where you're at.
Oh, come on. The mud. Can't you say the fog was obscuring my tiny form? I don't want to.
The fog doesn't know where you're at.
Okay, that's fair. It's not like I just face planted into the mud to cover myself in stealth.
Nowhere to hide.
Army crawling.
Really?
Yeah, army crawling actually worked really well here. Saxton, it is your turn.
How close are they?
Everything's within melee range. So you got... actually, no, not everything is. There's the handful that's left that Nyhm was fighting. There's the handful left near Willow. And there's that group that flew 15 feet away from Sir Godfrey. So I'd say it's only like 10 feet away from you.
I'll move up next to Willow.
Okay.
And dodge.
Okay. Anything else in your turn?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Cazador.
Okay, so how many fly?
Technically, there's 3 swarms, but altogether, it's barely more than 1 swarm of flies. The biggest cluster is like 15 feet away from Sir Godfrey and you.
Okay, I'll shoot at that one.
Okay.
I'll sharpshoot and everything.
Okay.
Full turn. So first hit, it's 29.
Let me check. Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Not flies. It doesn't hit. No.
So it's 11 plus.
Fun fact: in 3rd edition, a fly would be one of the hardest things to hit because they're so small. They get such a high armor class bonus.
14, 24 on the first hit. Fire damage.
Oh, it's like a tiny little fire explosion, and all of them are gone.
And with my second shot, I'll shoot at the next one.
Okay. Yeah. Say it's the ones on Sir Godfrey, maybe.
25 to hit.
Yep.
11 plus. So 13. So 23.
All right. What was left there is gone. All that's left is like 3 flies next to Willow.
I'm sorry. I forgot to subtract the 5 from the sharpshooter. Would I still have hit?
Their armor class is 12. You're fine.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. That's my turn.
Okay. After you, it is Willow's turn. Willow, you have a handful of flies next to you, and Saxton.
Hello, Saxton. I'm going to try to hit the fly all in one swoop. 19.
19 hits, and you swat away what's left. I literally had 1 hit point left, so.
And for my second attack, I go whoop, and
You hear whoop, whoop, whoop.
no.
No, I'm joking.
That's it. Yeah, it was not. I did not say whoop. I just like twirled my stuff in the air. Holy shit!
I would have loved it though. Like a really, really far zoom out, and a bunch of crows fly off.
It just shows like
We did it.
it just goes up to the snowy mountain peaks, and there's like that goat, the angry goat up there, and you just feel like whoop.
Avalanche off the mountain.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that'd be one way to end her. Wow.
No, I do not. No.
Anyway.
no.
After that, we're out of initiative. There's no more flies, and the scarecrow was burned away.
Oh my god.
Well, we got 3 of the 7, and we've opened up a good wide angle of attack. I think we could go up and say hi to her and still have plenty of time to react if the other scarecrows decide to come in.
They seem to go down fairly easy also.
It's almost like they're scarecrows in your level 11 adventures.
I mean, we've opened like a 600 to 800 foot open area between the scarecrows.
Essentially, I can't really show you guys the battle map, but for those at home, all of the scarecrows in the northern area above the hut are gone. Oh, hey, Katie.
Suddenly a cat attacked.
I accidentally elbowed him, and he's gonna be...
Surprise a cat.
Put me down, human.
No.
Okay, so yeah, do you head towards the hut? Quietly.
Cautiously.
Saxton.
Since everyone just got done with a bunch of combat and was out of stealth, everybody but Nyhm needs to re-roll their stealth check. Since Nyhm ended the combat in stealth.
19.
Okay.
Hey, 11.
5.
Okay.
Can I just not move?
I mean, that's up to Willow.
Slowly thinking.
You can
I'm
just stay here and
still
slowly be
thinking.
eaten by flies.
No, I'm moving.
Okay. So you all move south and head towards this tree stump that Cazador was talking about. Bark. You see what seems to be a ramshackle wooden hut on a stump of what was once an enormous tree. The rotting roots of the stump thrust up from the mire like legs of a gigantic spider. An open doorway is visible on one side of the hut, beneath which, floating upside down, is a hollowed-out skull of a dragon. Flanking the hut's doorway are 2 iron cages that dangle like hideous ornaments from the eaves. Scores of ravens are trapped in each one, and they squawk and flutter their wings excitedly as you approach. You're thinking even Willow's woot did not escape through their cause. So, if anyone was near them, maybe they didn't hear you guys yet.
So Godfried, does that look familiar?
Oh yeah, I forgot to roll stealth for them. He says no.
We
Oh
here
my
for
God.
the soul as well, right?
Oh my god. Hey, guess who also got single digit screw, Willow? Both your allies.
Oh, neat.
Wait, Sir Godfrey doesn't recognize the skull?
Oh, the skull, yes. That's his skull.
I was about to say,
I thought you were talking about the hut. I was like, no, he doesn't recognize the hut.
Fucking stump got good. I don't know.
No, that's a different dragon skull.
Oh, okay, well, let's just go on then.
Is there any sign of the sword? like maybe it's stuck in somewhere. We could just
Perception
go and
checks
pull it
at
out.
disadvantage.
Maybe some bright womp. Look at me.
You
It'd be
can
convenient if it
negate
wasn't
the
that skull.
disadvantage if you're willing to get within 30 feet of the hut.
I got 21.
Oh no.
14.
I got a 5.
Yeah, you see nothing weapon-like around there at all.
What about with the 21?
And a 20.
Same for everybody.
Oh, ain't that just convenient?
I smell plot. Anyway.
Well, maybe you should wear deodorant.
Probably
Oh.
inside then.
The
If it is.
skull is like just outside the door, like not even 5 feet from the open doorway.
How big is the skull?
Big enough for you to ride in it, and a
Say
little
big
bit of
enough for that
space to
witch-
spare. Enough room for Saxton and Nyhm to both be able to sit inside the skull.
Like a bathtub.
Kind of.
I mean,
Does
does
it
it
look
look?
like-
Can I pick it up?
Yeah.
You think you could drag it?
We could ding dong ditch and like 2 of us could grab
We
it
could
and
Scooby
pull it out.
Doo rob this
Yeah.
place.
Oh,
But we would also need to get the sword because
Oh.
that's what the thing said.
Because both you and Nyhm got so high on perception checks, you're not sure if you need to carry it. It's floating in the air by a few feet.
Okay, so can we just like push it?
You're not sure? You'd have to get
Yeah,
close
hover
and
around.
see if you can.
How far away is the open door with where the skull is?
The
from where we
open
are
door
now?
and the skull are a 5-foot range from each other in difference.
Okay.
I want to use my stealth to go up to the window and or door and get eyes in the premises.
Okay.
Mm.
I'll say the rest of you, when you can fully visibly see it, you're 50 feet away from it, but you're still in the mists.
Is there a blind side? Like if I approached from the skull side, that wouldn't be able to be seen through the door or a window?
You don't see any windows. The only opening seems to be the doorway.
Okay, so I'll look in through the doorway.
All right.
Can I also stealth and try to approach from the blind side of the door?
Yes. Both of you start heading towards the blind side of the door. I'm just keeping the stealth rolls you guys had.
I took
And
care of it.
the ravens are just fiercely attacking and squawking at the cage that they're all crammed, stuffed into, trying to get out.
I will.
They seem to
I will-
they seem to not notice you guys because you are stealthing. You peek inside the door and you can see that the hut is a 15 feet on the side and is packed with old furniture, including a wooden cot, a wicker cabinet, a slender wardrobe, a wooden table, a stool, a barrel-topped wooden chest reinforced with brass bands, and an iron tub stained with blood. In the middle of the room is
no.
a ghastly wooden crib with a small angelic child sitting inside it. All the furnishings except for the crib are bolted to the floor, and beneath the crib a green light seeps out through the cracks between the rotting floorboards. And the worst part you see of all is you see Baba Yaga taking a bath.
Baba Lasar.
Baba Lysaga.
Wicked haggos.
Both of them taking a bath.
She's
So-
taking a bath in the blood.
And it is filled with blood.
Yeah.
I'm.
I
for
need a
some reason
wisdom
remind-
save from Saxton. For
Wait,
the smell
how-
of
how-
blood is so strong.
How far away from them am I?
They moved up, you're 50 feet away.
Damn it. Okay.
I'm immediately reminded of the Black Cauldron
I mean,
and the
yeah.
old hag from that.
14.
14? Okay, the smell of blood it's very fresh blood. But you know it's not folk blood. It's definitely animal blood. Just from the smell, because you're just so aware of that. It seems like it tries to trigger like the inner beast in you, and you're able to repress it. And she doesn't seem to have noticed you at all. She has like a bath brush. She's just like la da dee, la da do, la da dum.
Okay. I've told Nyhm and the others about the heartstone that hags have. So
that was the hags. That was not.
Well, she's a hag.
She's the haggest.
And if you recall, those the Nightmare Coven was a bunch of hedges, and they had like when they were like in their hag form, they had horns and they had like a purplish skin and much more infernal like barbs on the back, quills. That's the word I was looking for. However, Baba the Saga is a jet black Vulpin lady, very old Vulpin lady.
So, sorry to cut your plan there short, Mav, but Nyhm is going to motion for you to start pushing the skull away. No combat, no
combat. I was saying that you'd be on the lookout to make sure that she didn't have one of those on her.
Oh, yeah, of course. I've been having that in mind ever since the last time we failed to deal with the hags.
No, we're not jumping her right now.
Yeah, so start pushing.
I tried to push or pull the skull away.
It does not budge.
I will turn into a direwolf and signal Willow to hop on me.
All right.
Ride me.
And then like
maybe for the fanfics, guys.
Just in case.
You turn into what? Sorry, Cazador, what was that last part?
I know that I will just like move towards the others.
Okay. Since you used your action to do something else besides stealthing, can I have you reroll stealth? As a dire wolf.
Wait. I rolled, yeah, exactly, with, +4. So the same. 14.
Okay. Now that you have like the keen senses, you can really hear the squawking of ravens and stuff. So you find actually sneaking up to here was pretty easy. And as you all approach, you can see that Saxton is trying to push the skull, which is floating about a foot or two off the ground, and it is not moving. It's like he's trying to move a mountain. And you hear inside, la-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-da.
I will peek inside. Do I see the sword that we were here, that Willow thinks we're here for? At least.
I will describe the interior again.
Well, I know the interior. I remember the interior. I don't see the sword.
No, but there is a wooden chest reinforced with brass bands in there. And there is a green glowing coming from underneath the floorboards.
So the chest is big enough for a sword to be inside, for example.
Possibly.
Well, the sword doesn't necessarily need to be the longest or the shortest. It could be a simple short sword that would be, half the size of a large chest.
Also,
what she say it is, it's not the size, it's how you use it.
The baby's crib is big enough to hold a sword in it. So you do not see a sword in there.
There's a baby?
Yeah, a little baby Batra.
You said it was angelic or something?
Yeah, it's like glowing. It's like really cute.
I'm scared.
The allies also move up, or?
And I'll say at this point, since you have been trying to move the skull and everybody else has moved up, she gets out. She's done with her bath, and she's getting out of the bath. And she just heads over to the wardrobe, and before she gets to the wardrobe, she's like, "Oh, Sylvia Mia, I need to dry off," and she starts heading outside.
Towards us?
Yes. What he won't do. It's only a 15-foot long hut. It's not much space. She's covered in blood and black fur.
She okay. She's facing this way? She's facing towards us?
Yeah, you all were like peeking through the door, and then like you see her starting to turn around to walk towards you, because you all were stealthing.
So everyone's within range, right?
Yes.
No, don't jump her.
I'm not going to jump her. I'm just going to walk casually out in front of the door in a defensive stance.
I was going to do.
I'm
She
going to
goes,
stay.
Okay. Wait,
She goes, ah! And she goes to cover up her bits. I was taking a bath. Also, I do not need to be disturbed when I'm taking a bath. And we'll roll initiative.
I'm still stealth, right?
Everybody but Saxton is. Unless they want to do something otherwise on their turns.
19.
Dirty 20.
14.
Give me a moment. I'm sorry. Okay, what was everybody's again? I will start with Willow.
14.
Okay, same as last time. Saxton.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Cazador.
19.
And
22.
okay. Then the band of not stealthy NPCs. Okay. So, Nyhm, you are the first to act. She looks like she's getting ready to cast a spell towards Saxton.
Which is ironic because my first plan was to not act. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. Can I hold my action for her to walk past the door for me to slip inside? Like disengage and make my movement inside the house?
You can hold a move. You can only hold one action. So disengage and move are two different actions.
Okay, but if I'm still stealth, then I can just use my movement and keep that stealth after she moves past me. Yes?
Yes.
Then that's what I'll do. I will keep my 29 stealth, hug the wall, and just hope she walks out past the door.
Okay. After you, then Saxton is next to act.
Well, I'm still in dodge as I'm standing there with her.
Okay.
My, last time we met, I didn't get a good look at you. You are amazingly disgusting, aren't you? Remember, hags like being not.
Are you trying to flirt with Baba Lysaga?
Maybe.
Roll me a charisma persuasion check.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
19.
Okay. Your flattery will get you nowhere. Little
And
Strig.
I love that cologne. It brings out the feral wolf in me. What is that? Type O? O positive?
It's goat's blood.
Oh, did you kill your goats?
That's
thought
what I
you were
have
very
them
protective of
for.
Yeah. Sorry to bother you. Was looking for a ghost around these parts that we came across last time.
At that point, it's Cazador's turn. I'll have her talk after Cazador does something.
So is Willow still riding me?
She hasn't had her turn yet, so yes.
Okay, I will. So where are we?
I would say you're just around the... Wait. Willow, you peeked in through the door, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so
assume it was the mount.
Willow's not on you then.
Okay. Then just in case I will bonus action turn into awesome duper Druid form. Duck a little bit.
You turn into a tree?
No, Druid, into me.
Oh,
I turn back into Cazador
okay.
and duck.
And duck, okay. You take a dodge action. Sir Godfrey and Esmeralda will just ready attacks for when she comes through the door, I guess. She pulls out a silvered sword, and Sir Godfrey pulls out his sword. He holds it in two hands and just tightens his grip. Both flanking the doorway. Then...
Do I want to talk with her, or...?
Yes. She responds with, "Oh, you've gotten a blessing from Kren."
Yeah, she's granted me the blessing.
What brings you? What brings you here again?
I was searching for the ghost that was inhabiting the swamped out city, trying to find a female around these parts. Your son has sent me on a search for it. Some kind of hunter that's been stalking him.
At that point, Esmeralda looks at you with shock. She did not know this information.
No, I told her last time.
Well, okay. She looks at you in shock because of how open you're being with her. And she says, "I have not seen anyone around here. The only ghost is the one in the mansion. Now, shoo."
Could you show me where exactly it is? This place is hard to see and navigate in.
And then it is Willow's turn. If Willow wants to do anything.
Can you cast two spells in the same turn if one is a bonus action?
If one of them is a cantrip.
One of them is a cantrip, not an actual spell, and I don't have cantrips as a...
So, yeah. Sorry.
Okay. That's fine. I'm just making sure. I cast Misty Step and go behind her.
Okay. You didn't make your stealth check was low enough that she would have seen you passively, too. So she turns around.
I say, "Hey, stab."
Okay, roll to hit.
Suddenly face tall.
This is not what I thought was gonna be, but it's okay. Yeah, okay. So what is my thing again? Yeah, 26 for the first attack.
Yeah, that hits.
And 21 for the second one.
They both hit.
I'm going to use third level spell slot to do a divine smite for the first attack.
Okay.
And I'm using, I had Steve out, my sword. So, and how many would that be? It's third level.
A lot.
A lot, yeah.
Let's see. Normally it's 2d8. So it would be 4d8.
So 4d8 plus I get an extra one.
No, you don't. She's not a fiend, nor is she an undead.
No, I get an extra one from improved divine smite.
Right.
Yeah. So.
You get that even if whether you smite or not.
Oh, I do.
I think.
I didn't know that.
Sure.
It makes more sense for improved divine smite to be 4 smites. So I'm probably wrong. I don't know.
So that's 9, 5. Okay, and oh boy. Okay, so 14 regular slashing damage and 33 radiant damage, and that's the first attack. I'm going to do
33 damage.
33 radiant damage and 14 regular slashing damage.
So 37.
So 47.
No, wait, 47. Sorry.
Yeah. And
Holy
can
cow.
I do divine? Can I do divine smite twice in the same round? Or
Yeah,
only
every
once?
time you hit with an attack.
Okay, I'm going to cast a second level divine smite, so I'll take one of them away. And then, oh shit.
As a reaction to your first attack, her fur immediately ruffles up and like thickens, and her teeth elongate, and her claws elongate, and you hear a very bestial growl of a wolf
Okay.
as she goes into beast form.
Oh, cool.
As a reaction.
So okay, so 14 regular damage again, and 16 radiant damage this time.
So 30 even. Got it.
Yep.
For those at home, as you can
so-
tell with the beast form, I gave her a little bit of liberties because this is a Humblewood game. So she's going to have
So
more
in
Humblewood-like
all-
abilities.
In all, 77 damage
Mm-hmm.
for both the attacks.
Yep.
And
That's your turn.
then, yeah, because I used my bonus action.
You haven't
for
moved,
Misty Step, which
technically.
um
If you're willing to try to move past that. In a tiny hut. I mean, it's not Leomin, so it's not that tiny. But
Can I run and pick up the baby, or is that an action?
that would be an action. You're actually
Okay.
You're actually between her and the baby. Hey, Zenwolf. The group is attacking baby Lasaga. Baba Lasaga in her hut. And the Paladin might have just dished out as much damage as they could do with 77 damage in 2 attacks.
Yeah, I will walk towards the baby.
Okay, you don't need to move. You just turn around.
Okay, and
It's a small hut.
I put my sword out to the baby, and I say, it's you or this one. Make a choice.
Roll me intimidation.
He's bluffing.
Oh.
Or deception.
Well,
Whichever
I would
one.
like to tell you, I
Yeah.
have.
I mean, can I see that?
Everybody can see that. That's looking through the door.
I can't do math.
She goes.
21.
She goes. Strahd. No.
Excuse me. You heard me.
I'm sorry, what?
After Willow, it's her turn, and she says, "No one touches my baby, Strahd!" And she goes to attack you.
Okay.
And as she does, I think she will cast that spell.
Oh no. Don't kill another one of my characters in this campaign.
Is there
I'll
going to be a
kick your
fireball
ass.
inside that little hut?
To be fair, you actually started this encounter. We were waiting for her to walk out.
Now I gave you her back. So do with that what you will.
I'm just surprised you threatened the baby.
No, okay. No, she's not going to cast any spells. Instead, she transforms into a dire wolf-sized black fox. And everybody feels the whole hut start to rattle and shake, and everyone outside can see the roots get up, and the hut itself lifts into the air. And she used her action to turn into this fox form, so she can't attack you. However, the roots reach through the hut and attack Willow with surprising accuracy. Does a 23 hit?
It does, yeah.
Okay. 31 and 19.
19 just hits, yep.
You know, I'm gonna roll this out.
Kill me again.
I don't like this.
I just wanted the sword.
As 3 of the giant roots just come right in and they go and attack Willow. Let's see.
Yeah, that was fun. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Okay. For those at home, this is a lot of dice. Okay. So, I gotta get out my own calculator. Oh no, I know it now. I figured it out before the calculator even launched. You take a total of 87 bludgeoning damage as these giant roots just go into the place and start wrecking it, and they just like hit you on the ground and like pick you up and like throw you around in the hut.
So you're never gonna guess how many hit points I had.
You're kidding.
I'm not. I had exactly 87.
All right, you're at 0.
Yep.
But not dead yet.
Nope.
Okay, so after their turns, it goes back to Nyhm.
A freaking tree.
For those at
If
home,
a tree falls on a paladin, does it make a noise?
Yes.
For those at home, I'm gonna put a picture in the overlay for you all to see of Baba's dancing hut.
Of course, she has a dancing hut because she's totally not Baba Yaga.
Yeah, totally not Baba Yaga. Totally. I mean, this one doesn't have chicken legs, so. Oh, it's a creeping hut. Sorry, it's a creeping hut.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty creepy.
Actually, I'll put it in Discord first so you guys can see it.
Glowing bat baby, blood-soaked Vulpin.
It is Nym's turn.
Oh boy.
As the hut moves up 15 feet, well within jumping distance of the door. You can see a big bushy tail outside of the door.
Okay.
Oh, in the picture, it looks like there's a window. But on the map, there isn't a window, so.
Okay. Well, that may be the door just closed with a hole in it.
That's probably what it is.
Okay, so I'm assuming I'm on the porch section, or am I stuck on the ground?
There's no actual porch. It's just you're just on the ground.
It just looks like there's a small outcropping, like a foot wide there.
Yeah, no, you're right next to the floating skull, and that's pretty much it. Okay. Wow, this picture's small. This was the D&D Beyond picture. For those that are seeing how small this is live. But anyway.
So before the hut lifted up,
the
witch or the hag, whichever, was facing away or towards the baby?
She was facing towards the baby, away from you.
That's cute.
Not if you realized what my plan's going to be. Okay. Let me give you the physics, and you can tell me if this is possible or not. I use my bonus action to be able to use disengage.
Okay.
I use 15 feet of my movement to get up to the hut for the jump.
Okay, you're in the doorway.
No. I'm saying if this is possible. I'm not saying that this is what I want to do. I just want to see if it's possible.
Okay, in the hypothetical, you're in the doorway.
Okay. To the baby.
The baby is another 10 feet.
Okay, so that's 25 of my 40, 45.
You disengaged, 40. So you're fine. Never mind.
Okay. And then action, grab the baby. Use the rest of my movement and disengage to get to the door, and then jump into the floating skull.
I would say you could do all of that, yes. With that breakdown. So you jump up and you take two of the root spider leg parts of the creeping hut to like just zigzag bounce up 15 feet through the door. You slide underneath the legs of the sif-sized fox crazy lady. You dodge past all these branches. You see Willow battered. Parts of her armor probably got thrown off. Definitely unconscious in here. And you get right up to the cradle, and you go and pick up the baby. And as you go to pick up the baby, I need an intelligence investigation check.
Intelligence investigation. All right. $23.
Okay. You go to pick up the baby, and your arm, your little mouse hand, goes right through it. And you realize with that investigation check that this baby isn't real. It's an illusion.
Yes. Okay.
It's no baby.
Oh, baby.
Well, on the bright side, I don't have to worry about stabbing a baby. Because, yes, that was my plan.
I had to double check because this is a very high level illusion spell. But no, you cannot interact with it.
Okay.
But it looks just like, eerily enough, like Strahd if he was a baby.
Okay. So
and not a vampire.
Okay. In that case,
it sees you and it starts crying.
In that case, I want to possibly change the last movement or two from my actions.
Yeah, you immediately see the giant fox is immediately on you. In terms of attention.
Well, yeah. So I don't. Does that use up my action though? Since I'm not able to pick.
Yeah, because you interacted with it.
Okay, I was afraid. Well, you said I just couldn't interact with it.
Well, you interacted with the illusion to realize it was an illusion.
Okay. Okay. So instead of jumping to the floating skull, I want to use my movement to go under the hut and stay on one of the legs that's been lifted up.
Okay.
Out of sight, hopefully hidden just by movement alone. Okay. And that is my full turn.
All right. After you, it is Saxton's turn.
I'm going to pull a Nyhm and run up the roots inside the hut.
Yeah, pretty much what you see is Nyhm goes flying up there. You hear a baby crying, and Nyhm nope the hell out.
I'm sorry. With his first statement, I just immediately see him trying to run up the side of the house and Nyhm giving him a boost from one of his feet. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Matt.
All right. So I run up and get inside the house.
Yep.
Would I have to go past her?
You can't really
what
get
about-
past her. The only reason Nyhm was able to, because Jerbeen can, and also was smaller. But
So
she's
if
taking
I,
up
like-
most of the interior of the hut right now, as a large-sized beast. And what isn't
Okay.
taken up by her are the roots that are reaching in there, and unconscious Willow, and the furniture.
But would I be able to get inside?
You can stay in the doorway, yes.
No, get past her.
No.
Not even if I shove my way through.
You could try to shove her out of the way.
I mean, we'll say if I disengaging, would I be able to get around her without her taking an attack?
Yes.
All right, then I will do Step of the Wind to get past her and inside the hut.
Okay.
Where the roots have come in,
Mm-hmm.
are they big enough to slide Willow out?
Yes, but the roots are still in the building, and they're wreathing around. They're actually trying to attack you, but you disengaged. So you're
And
getting out of the way.
can I say one thing while he's making his way up into the hut to begin with?
Cradle's the only thing unharmed in there, and the baby is crying profusely.
So, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So as you're moving your way up into the hut, you are going to hear Nyhm just say out loud, "The baby's a fake."
Gotcha. All right. Once inside, I'd like to. Would I be able to, get Willow out of the hut through one of the holes that the roots have made?
Currently, no, because you're using your action to avoid attacks of opportunity, and also because those roots are filling up those holes at the moment.
Step of the Wind is a bonus action.
The roots are filling up the holes at the moment.
Okay.
But you can pick her up as your action, and you've only used, I'll say you use a total of 25 feet of your movement to get to her from the ground.
Okay, would I be able to get her to the door and shove her out to the door?
Yes, but she would fall 15 feet.
Fine. It's okay.
And unlike the furniture in here, she is not bolted to the floor, so she's just kind of rolling around everywhere as the thing's shifting.
Tell me about the glowing from the floorboards.
It's green,
Oh,
and it's glowing, and it's under the floorboards.
Do they look like the floorboards can be lifted up?
They look rotted.
Can I try to get the floorboards up?
You could, I think so, actually. Let me double check. Yes, give me a strength check.
18.
You rip off 2 floorboards, and you see underneath it, inside the wood itself, seems to be some kind of green glowing gem that seems to have roots coming out of it, and it's going into the tree itself, and it seems to be feeding it.
Could I try to rip and throw it out?
Yes.
Well, okay, what do I need to do? Would that be an attack?
No. So you grab it, and you pull it out. And as you pull it out, the entire hut starts to fall. I need Nyhm to make a dexterity saving throw, as Nyhm is right underneath it.
Oh, a dex saving throw? Whatever will I do?
And Willow gets 1 death save, as everyone in the hut falls 15 feet.
I would
Lied.
have taken
Actually,
it anyway if you
both-
threw me out the door.
Both Bobble the Saga and Saxton would also need to make dexterity saves.
Glide.
There's nowhere to collide in here. There's not enough room.
All I have to do is hold my wings out.
Then the roof will hit you on the way
The roof
down.
will push me down at the same rate it's falling.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, I'd only fall the distance of the roof to the floorboard.
You have Step of the Wind going around right now, right?
Yes.
And you're a monk, so it doesn't matter. You have the monk fall. So.
Okay.
My bad.
Quick question. Could that be an acrobatics check for backflipping the F out of there?
Nope. This is a saving throw.
Well, 17 then.
17 would mean you only take half damage, but you have evasion, right?
Correct.
So you take no damage.
Sweet.
Wow. Meanwhile, Cazador's outside.
What the fuck just happened?
That's Saxton's turn, I believe. That was bonus action, then movement, and then action to pull the.
Right.
Okay. And Cazador, it's your turn.
Okay, so I saw the house raise, and then it fell.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm seeing the entrance again.
Actually, I'm going to roll for this. Yeah, you are.
Okay.
I was going to see if it, like, rotated a bit or anything, but nope.
Yeah.
Didn't even get to do that.
I guess the roads inside and everything kind of stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like Willow, the Beast, and Saxton in there.
Mm-hmm. You see Saxton holding something. You can't see what it is, but between the digits, it's a green light glowing out of it.
Okay, then I will shoot an arrow up in the clouds as they open up to reveal a level 6 moonbeam that heads towards the beast. Well, it's a 40 feet tall, 5-foot cylinder, so I guess it breaks the house too.
Okay. And that is an immediate con save, right?
Con save. 14. For
let me see.
42 radiant damage. In a failure.
She got 30-20.
Okay, then 21 radiant damage for her.
Would she, question then, would she... Does the shape changer thing still work?
What?
Does the shape changer effect of Moonbeam still work?
Oh yeah, true. I forgot about that. Let me check what that's a disadvantage.
Oh, she would have disadvantage.
Shape changer makes saving throw with disadvantage, yeah. If it's a shape changer, it's a disadvantage.
You said it was 14 save, right?
Yeah.
She would have still passed.
Okay. Then 21 radiant damage.
Okay.
And I'll see you next turn.
And let me double check Moonbeam to see if she's still in fox form.
If she fails the save, she will change back into.
Oh, if it fails, they revert. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You don't do anything else? No, it was an action, right?
I'll concentrate on that.
All right. Since everything just fell back down, Sir Godfrey will take this moment to run in with his longsword, and he'll attack twice. Hit with a 25, and a 15 does not hit. Okay. So she takes some more damage. And then Esmeralda has out her silvered short sword. And she also pulls out her hand axe and her offhand. She dual wields. And she goes stab, stab, slash. 17 hits. Wait, no, it does not. Dirty 20 hits though. And that one misses. So she does a little bit of damage as well. After her, or after them, it is Willow's turn, and Willow needs to make a death save.
She's a
2 failures. Ha ha ha. Sorry. So I got a 5.
Okay.
I'm gonna go make coffee.
I just realized I forgot to do it after the first save. The first fail. Willow. You. Oh, hi, kitty cat.
Hi,
You
Garfield.
are standing alone in the swamp, and the fog is surrounding you. And you hear crying and stuff around you. And every once in a while, you see like a figure move through the fog, as if they're looking for somebody, and then just disappear back into the fog, seeming like they're lost.
I can't die.
Do you do anything on your turn?
Do I do anything?
Yeah, you're standing upright. All color seems very muted.
Am I dead?
You can still feel the pain from all of that.
Oh.
Hypothetically, think of it like in the video game when they force you to slow walk and they're like all beat up and you're like staggering on one foot kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. I try to get the attention of somebody else.
Okay. What do you say? Or what specifically do you do?
Hello, my name is Willow. I'm not really sure where I am, but could you help me?
The figure is a Batra villager. Actually, wait, I'm gonna roll for this.
My heart hurt for a second.
It might still hurt. Lluis.
No.
You are traveling through the fog, and you hear someone call out for you.
Oh no!
Okay.
Appearing in the distance is a very beat up Paladin Vulpin lady. She does not look like she's from around here. Tim.
Hello, miss.
You see in front of you a Corvum, and the only thing they really have on is their fancy attire and their hat. You don't have any of your gear or anything. You've been wandering for who knows how long, Tim.
I assume you're a new arrival. Would you care to walk with me? Like, let's go for a walk. I'll show you. It will be difficult at first.
Okay.
I made it a percentage chance, and I'm like, it's not going to happen. And I rolled 5%.
Okay, I will walk with you. You seem very nice. Where are we?
That's...
You don't know, Tim.
Yeah.
You know as much in character as you do out of character, which is like nothing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to say. Well, like, what does Tim know?
What I literally just told you. You don't know how long you've been wandering.
Oh.
Last you remember, you were in the dungeons at the castle being tortured. That was it.
Okay. So yeah, I've been trying to find the exit of this place, but I seem to be walking on circles. Maybe you can help me.
I will, and we can help each other. I'm a paladin. Of
I'm artificer. I'm really worried because so I left my best friend in the castle, and I can seem to find the way back in, and I don't know how I got here. So I mean, it's a big castle. I don't know why I can find it. She may need my help.
I'm sure we'll find them. Ow!
It is then that Willow, failing the second save, immediately feels this overwhelming grief of loss the second they touch Tim Tam's hand. Just to also match your out of character within character move.
This is the third time you've made me cry in this game.
And that ends Willow's turn.
I'm so sorry you.
Not his fault.
Fine.
He didn't know this was happening until I just said it. You can get coffee and maybe tissues. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go make coffee.
That was an eventful turn. Let's see. Oh, right. It's Baba Lasaga's turn. I believe someone's in the hut. And I believe that is Saxton.
Dinah?
Technically, me and the two NPCs.
Yes.
Yeah. Hack and slash.
But you ruined her creeping hut. So she looks at you and she barks something in an eldritch language that you do not understand. And what is your current hit points?
They are 80.
Okay. This word overwhelms your mind.
I need a wisdom saving throw from her.
Dumbfounded. You are stunned.
I need a wisdom saving throw from her.
You can't take reactions while stunned.
It's not a reaction.
Sanctuary?
This is Sanctuary.
Let's see.
And she's in a different form, so does that affect her wisdom?
18.
Okay.
You are currently stunned. And she casts Power Word Stun as her action. Did she do anything else in her turn? I don't think she can. Alright, I guess that's her turn. And after her, it is Nym's turn. So Nym, you just rolled out of the way of the collapsed hut.
And I'm assuming I saw the others move in.
You currently see Saxton, Sir Godfrey, and Esmeralda at the doorway.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The skull is still 5 feet from the door. Even though the house got up and then back down.
Let's see. Actually, it's 10 feet away now. The house landed slightly over a little bit.
Okay. That works. My movement, I want to get into the skull and look around.
All right, you hop into the skull. Plenty of room. There doesn't seem to be anything in it, though.
No markings or anything?
No
control levers?
You do see scratches from nails and such in here, but that's pretty much it.
I'm assuming from where she was standing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It doesn't even like recoil at all or spring when you jump into it.
Oh, great. I wonder. Give me just a second. I need to double check something.
Okay.
Would I be able to make some type of check, like Insight or Arcana, to see if an idea would work for this before I try to use my action to do that? Or would the check be my action to see if I can do the actual plan?
The latter.
Crap. Okay, in that case, that does change things around a little bit. I will use a little bit more of my movement to get on the other side of the skull.
Okay.
So I'm not sitting inside of it. But I would like to use my action to chuck a dagger in there.
In the skull.
No. I'm sorry. I guess I should have been more specific. Into the hut and hit Babala Saga.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry. Didn't mean to confuse you there.
Oh, I got her AC wrong, so one of Esmeralda's attacks would have also hit her, so I'm gonna add that damage on. And what'd you get to hit?
23 to hit.
Yep, you hit.
Yay. And I'm assuming with everybody crammed in that small hut around her, I get sneak attack.
Yep.
Yay. Oh, did my sneak attack go up?
I think it did.
66! Yay! You have no idea how annoying it was for me to have 2 sets of 3d6s that were the same color and only be able to use 5 of them at a time. It was annoying as hell.
Drama.
Indeed. So that's, give me a second to calculate. $26 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I use my bonus act. Yes.
The knife goes into her thick hide on her neck.
Does it look like it did any damage?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And I will use my bonus action to hide. So I'm going back into my stealth.
All right. Roll to hide.
Hey, 25. 13 and 12.
Okay. Saxton, it is your turn.
All right, what do I need to get unstunned?
Oh, right. You are currently stunned, so what did I move off of that spell? At the end of your turn, you can make a Constitution saving throw.
Is there anything I can do besides that?
Nope, because that's at the end of your turn.
Well, since I really can't do anything, I guess that's the end of my turn.
Roll Constitution saving throw.
That's a +2. I just nat 20'd, so that's 22 total.
Okay, you're no longer stunned. So that's good. That means she wouldn't like auto crit you or anything, or have advantage on attacks on you or anything. Auto crit's paralyzed. My bad. After you, it is Cazador's turn.
Would I
Cazador.
be able to say anything now that I'm not stunned?
Yes.
Cazador, get to Willow.
So can I see clearly that Willow's struggling, right?
You since you're outside, you just see like her arm laying on the ground in there, and that's like the only thing you can see from outside.
Okay, so well, now that Saxton said that, I will run inside, and if I can reach Willow.
Do you risk Babala Saga's bite?
I will.
If you risk Babala Saga's bite, you will be able to reach Willow. If you risk Babala Saga's bite, you will be able to reach Willow. If you risk Babala Saga's bite, you will be able to reach Willow. If you risk Babala Saga's bite, you will be able to reach Willow. If you risk Babala Saga's bite, you will be able to reach Willow. If you risk Babala Saga's bite, you will be able to reach Willow. If you risk Babala Saga's bite, you will be able to reach Willow. If you risk Babala Saga's bite, you will be able to reach Willow. If you risk Babala Saga's bite, you will be able to reach Willow. If you risk Babala Saga's bite, you will be able to reach Willow. If you risk Babala Saga's bite, you will be able to reach Willow. If you risk Babala Saga's bite, you will be able to reach Willow. If you risk Babala Saga's bite, you
Yeah, I will.
All right. This would give our sentinel an attack of opportunity as well. She's attacking. Since you're no longer stunned, Saxton. But with her bite, she got 19 to hit.
Yeah, she hit easily.
Okay.
Dirty 20 to Sentinel.
Okay, that hits. I'm going to do her
Would
damage.
Sentinel-
I'm going to do her damage, and then you can tell me.
Would Sentinel go off before? Because it's when someone's being attacked.
I would say they both go at the same time. So how much damage did you do?
Let's see. That's 1d8. Was that? 9 damage.
Okay. So you smack her as she bites down on Cazador and rips out a chunk of Cazador. And as she does, she uses an ability called Feasting Bite. And if she successfully makes a bite attack while in this form, she deals 17 necrotic damage to you instead of the normal bite attack. And she heals that amount.
17?
Yes.
Okay. So I reach Willow, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will cast a 5th level Cure Wounds.
All right.
For 27 HP back.
All right, Willow. You are walking with Tim Tam.
Okay.
And you see the fog move in closer and closer to both of you. And Tim Tam, you know this means she's going to disappear. Because you found other people here before. And the mists don't let you be with people for long.
Oh, well.
You don't know if she's going to live or not. You can just assume she's another wandering spirit.
Well, maybe we can help each other another time. It's been a pleasure.
At this point,
Why don't
Tim
you come with
Tam is
me?
not visible
If I
anymore.
find a way, I'll tell you.
No, I'm holding on to Tim Tam. I want to take him with me.
And then that's when you wake up hurting very bad, and all you can see is blood covering your eyes, and Cazador over top of you with a chunk of their shoulder out, and they're just kind of like bleeding on you.
Oh no. I did something stupid.
It's fine. Just smack that bitch.
I can't. It's not my turn. I can't do anything.
No, that was Cazador's turn.
Okay.
That's my last thing I do. It's just say smack that bitch.
Okay. Esmeralda will do her 3 attacks. Of course she nat ones on the first one. Oh my god. Super cool vampire hunter. Not a vampire.
Helping
so
or hurting.
27 on her crit fail means that she throws her weapon in a random direction 15 feet away. Cool. So there goes her silvered sword. But she still has her hand axe, so she rolls to attack with that.
Definitely not going to try to grab that.
And she got a nat 2. So she misses with the hand axe. Then Sir Godfrey goes. Oh my god. Okay. Second one hits. And he stabs on the other side of her neck. Because the one side there was the dagger. And the other side he, with his sword, thrusts into her neck. And her growling goes from a yip to a whimper. And blood from her is starting to come out everywhere. And she's not really looking not good. And then after that, it is Willow's turn.
Neat.
You are currently prone.
I'm gonna... But I can use half my moment to stand up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I do that. And then I use my bonus action to channel Divinity Vow of Enmity. I don't know how to say that.
Inhibity?
And I can
Inhibity?
Whatever. I choose a creature I can see within 10 feet of me and gain advantage on attack rolls for it against for 1 minute. And then I will just go at it, I guess, because what else do I have to lose? A 26 to hit.
That hits.
For the first attack. And a 24 to hit for the second attack.
Both hit.
Okay, I'm going to use for the first attack a 3rd level Divine Smite on her. So that would be 2, 3, 4, 5. And these two. And then I get advantage too. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So 8. Okay. 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 13 regular damage, 33 radiant damage for the first attack.
All right.
For the second attack, I'm going to use a 2nd level Divine Smite.
No need.
I don't need to.
How do you enter? The first strike killer.
Oh shit. I take Steve and I bring it down, and the divine power, the radiant energy comes off of Steve, and I say, "This is for Tim Tam, you son of a bitch." Then her head comes off.
All right. And there's like the air, just like warm air, just goes poof from the radiant damage explosion from your smite. And when the light fades off, her head is on the ground, and the body falls down, and just bleeding everywhere. And the body shifts back into a Vulpin lady. And then the body ages rapidly. The black fur goes from a nice, silky, dark black fur to almost like an ashen gray, and then it turns white, and then she just seems to thin away till all that's left is the hide and bone, and then even that turns to dust.
You chose poorly.
And that's where we'll end it for the night.
No!
I figured since she went the Last Crusade route there.
So, we'll do everybody's plugs and stuff. So I think we'll start the person that was crying the most tonight. Callie.
All right, Lluis, go on. Oh.
Way to call yourself out. No, damn it. Why do I cry? I am a baby, and I love everybody's characters, and I cry all the time. Hi, I'm Callie, Cap Callie on Twitter. You can find me there. I do art, but I haven't been doing it recently because I've been busy, and I probably won't do art in the future because I'll be busy. But I have a pen, and it's this pen, and you can find it on Etsy. On my Etsy, it's on my Twitter, and I'm in a bunch of games. My next game is tomorrow, and Scotty is in it. It's called Saffron Academy. It's on Fractured Moon D&D channel on here, and it's a school game, and our friend Aya runs it, and it's Christmas time, so you check that out. We're going Christmas doing, and that's it for me.
Okay. Saxton, do you get any plugs?
I don't know. What can I do with this gem? Can I plug it in somewhere?
Probably. But we'll see next time the significance of that gem.
Next.
Nyhm, do you get any plugs?
Yeah, if we plug that gem back in, does that mean we have a moving hut?
I don't know.
Nah, I'll let Lluis do his thing.
Okay. And last but not least, Lluis, aka Cazador.
Yeah, I do art. So check me out if you want. It's mostly peanut D&D stuff, and I'll try to also draw monsters, because I refuse to be one of those. It's an artist who does that thing, so I do a lot of things. But for the metrics, good for my brain. Other than that, yeah, check Godzilla vs. Kong. Like, really, like, it's on HBO Max. No anything extra to pay, just like your subscription fee. It's a fun movie. Support it. I want to see more kaiju movies, and with the coronavirus stuff, if this movie is not successful, I fear for the future. But it's so far it's very positive reviews, so I'm happy about that. I don't know.
Cool. Yeah, I might get HBO just to watch it.
Yeah, don't risk it going to the cinema if you don't have to.
Yeah. So that's it for this month. This was the last game of March. So our next game in here will be April 7th. Same time, same place. Next game on this channel will be Retroverse Corruption Campaign, which will be Friday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. And we're getting ready for a big diplomatic mission, if I remember, because it's been a long time since we've had a game. I'm pretty sure that's what we're doing.
We had a 3-day rest for a political matter.
Mm-hmm. So you get to see some Retroverse politics. Woo! And with that, I thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.